Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we are going to talk about the 34th World Tournament due to start very soon on Global. We're going to talk about the 2 new units that we know of so far. We don't know yet because I don't think we've had the data download with all the information for the World Tournament stuff. We don't know about the awakening that we could get for one of the older World Tournament units at time of recording. I'm hoping it's going to be the STR High School Gohan. If we find out before the video goes up, I'll either re-record this bit or just put a note in the pinned comments down below. So check out the if there's a pinned comment for any more information, check that out down below. So we are getting this Int Trunks, and we are getting the Demon King Piccolo for the first time as the new local scoreboard reward. So just like the Yamcha, the TN and the Piccolo in the past, you get 1 copy as long as you are in the top 150 in your local friend list. So I don't know how sweaty it gets down around the 150 mark. I feel like because this is a tournament with the first one of him being released, it's probably going to get pretty crazy. But obviously what a lot of people are going to be going for is getting that first place finish. So you can get the extra copy of him straight away. So this is definitely going to be one of the tournaments where I will be going ham. Keep an eye on the channel for the schedule, because I probably will be doing a 12-hour stream at some point. And yeah, as I've said many times in the past, I feel bad for the people that are going to be in my local, because I am going to be going ham, trying to get into at least the top 1,000. The last couple of tournaments I finished maybe double the points of the guy that was second in my local, so yeah, I'm hoping to get those 2 copies of Demon King Piccolo. And then obviously for the Trunks, they changed it quite a while ago now, a few world tournaments back. You only have to get to 23 million points and you're guaranteed 1 copy of him, and you get him straight away, so you don't have to wait until the world tournament rewards come out. So if the unit ever has a farmable super attack and stuff, you can actually start doing that before we get the rest of the rewards and you get the rest of the dupes. But I do recommend going for at least the 30 million points, because it's always useful to have a bunch of extra Kais. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. But then when we look at the rankings and whether it's worth the grind or not, let's see, where is the minimum bracket? So if you want to get an extra copy of the Trunks, you have to at least be in the top 20,000, which, again, I'm always shooting for much higher than this, so I don't know how difficult it is down around that bracket. If any of you have ever gotten very close but only finished 20,000 and 20th or something, let me know, because I'm sure some people will probably be grinding, but I doubt people are going to be aiming for 20k. I feel like most people that are going to be doing the grind are going to be going a bit more all out than that. But obviously the top 2,000 here is 4 extra copies, so that would at least give you all of his paths open. So I mean, if you are going to grind, that's kind of what you want to aim for, top 2k, so you can get all of his paths open. Obviously at some point in the future he'll get an awakening, but we don't know what that's going to look like yet. And then the top 1,000 is the first bracket where you start getting orbs, which is the reason why I always aim for the top 1,000, because orbs are very hard to come by, especially for somebody like me making content. I want to rainbow as many units as possible. I'm always running low on orbs, so definitely want to aim for the top 1,000. I think I managed to finish either in the top 500 or 200 last time, which does increase the all the rewards exponentially. And then of course top 100 is pretty crazy. And then yeah, for whoever finishes in the top 10, get 13 copies of him. Look at all of those orbs. And then yeah, I don't think anyone watching this video is going to be finishing number 1, but hey. So there you go, those are the rankings. Top 2,000 if you want to get at least the 4 copies to open his paths. Top 1,000 if you want to get any orbs. There's always these extra missions for doing certain categories to get extra Master's Mark medals, which can be useful, especially because we do have a new unit coming that is going to require a bunch of those to awaken. But if you're someone like me that's been playing the game for a very long time, I mean, I have hundreds of these, so none of that is particularly important for me. So if we have a look at the 2 units, this is the Trunks. He's an super int types, key 2, HP attack and defense 70%. His super attack is the Buster Cannon, supreme damage with a medium chance to stun, which is 30%. And then he gets attack and defense 70%, changes physical orbs to rainbow orbs. He has a medium chance of dodging, which is 25%. And then he gives movie heroes category allies key +2, attack 20%, and defense 10%. So I felt that's a bit weird, because some of the other World Tournament units that they've brought out so far, even without their awakenings yet, give 2 different categories, 20% attack and 10% defense. And then if they're on both, it doubles up. Although I don't think they give key. So this is kind of an interesting mix. But obviously this guy, fully designed to be on the Movie Heroes team. I think he's the first and only Trunks in the game that is from the BoJack movie, with like the long hair Future Trunks design, which obviously, being someone with long hair myself, I've always quite liked this version of Trunks. But as I mentioned previously, the unfortunate thing is he doesn't have an awakening, and he doesn't have it on JP yet either. So we don't actually know what this guy's going to look like when he's finally at his best and actually becomes a TUR. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't think at his current state, like with the form that we'll be getting him in, he's definitely not worth going crazy for the grind to get as many copies of him as you can, get those paths open. It's something that's always kind of worth doing, because you never know in the future. Like, we have to deal with that annoying World Tournament GSSR banner, where you just never really know what you're going to get. So if this guy does get an awakening at some point in the future and becomes really, really good, if you don't have all of his paths open, you're just completely beholden to RNG at that point as to whether or not you will actually ever get those final copies to open his paths. So that's one of the reasons why, if you have the time to play the tournament, going for the top 2k is always good, because then you can get all of those paths open. But he definitely has potential, but he's just not super great at the moment. I believe he has a farmable super. Yeah, he can be farmed from the Super Strike trunk. So you really do only need to get those copies to get his paths open, and then you can farm him up to SA10. So, I mean, I will be obviously getting at least the 4 copies, I hope. There should be no way I don't finish in the top 2k with the grinding that I'm going to do. So I will do a showcase for him. I guess it depends how many int orbs I have. I don't know if he's worth rainbowing, but I guess we'll see. But the main event, and the reason why people are going to be grinding, is of course the Demon King Piccolo. I'm loving these like super lame Halloween costumes advertised on the side as well. God, I love it. So Demon King Piccolo brackets Elder. Now that is important, because I think I mentioned this to someone on Twitter recently, but I rainbowed the STR summonable Demon King Piccolo, and I've pulled a bunch of extra copies of him, and the summonable version is called Demon King Piccolo brackets Elder. So I've got those kept for a couple of guys for this guy. His SSR I think is really cool. There's not really much point, I don't think, going over what he does as an SSR or a TUR, because he keeps the same name all the way through to LR. So there's not even any point keeping the lower versions of him. So you're obviously just going to awaken him up straight away, and then he becomes the LR Demon King Piccolo. So he is a Terrifying Conquerors category leader. 3 key, HP attack and defense 120%. His 12 key super raises defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage. His 18 key greatly raises defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage. So I mean, he's definitely a worthwhile addition to Extreme Tech for Super Battle Road, because any units that can perform well defensively are definitely going to be helping people out in that mode. So then his passive skill, he gets 6,000 attack per tech key sphere obtained, reduces damage received by 50% by when you pick up 5 or more key spheres. So obviously they can be any color, you just have to pick up 5 or more. And then he gets 50% damage reduction, which again, for Extreme Super Battle Road, is going to be very, very useful. Then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, excluding tech, to tech. So you have the chance that he can create his own orbs and get a bunch of extra attack as well as that damage reduction. So that's very good, as well as a little bit of healing. And then he rejuvenates with the power of the Dragon Balls once the conditions are met. So his transformation conditions are rejuvenate with the power of the Dragon Balls starting from the 7th turn from the start of the battle, or when there is a Dragon Ball Saga, World Tournament, or Dragon Ball Seekers category enemy. So kind of a weird restriction on his on his transformation. When we showcase him, I'll definitely take him into an event where we have one of those enemies so we can transform early. Because, yeah, otherwise turn 7, I mean, oof, people complained that the LR fusions from the 3-year were bad with turn 6. But this is turn 7. So, does that mean he's good in the long form events if we can't transform till till turn 7? Let's have a look. So, he transforms into Demon King Piccolo. His super attacks become raise attack and defense with colossal damage, and then greatly raise. So the super attack modifiers stay the same, but he increases attack as well as defense. Then his attack goes up to 6,666 per key sphere obtained, and it's not limited to tech, so that's good. Reduced damage received by 66% from 5 turns from the start of the turn, so that's good. So he just gets that straight up. That's really good. And then reduces damage received by 50% when 5 or more spheres are obtained from the 6th turn. Okay, so from the 6th turn onwards, he basically has the same damage reduction passive as his pre-transformed, where you have to pick up 5 orbs to get 50%. But for those first 5 turns, he just straight up gets 66%, which is a shame because I guess unless there is a Super Battle Road stage where you fight against one of those types of enemies and can transform him straight away, that really is a shame because having 66% damage reduction would be incredible for Super Battle Road, especially for an LR. And then, yeah, he still changes random key spheres to tech. So his links, obviously his best link partner is going to be the summonable STR, Demon King Piccolo. He's on Resurrected Warriors, Namekians, Full Power, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, DB Saga, and Terrifying Conquerors. So he's on a very wide range of categories. Obviously, like I say, STR Demon King Piccolo is going to be his best link partner. But he has links like Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, Shattering the Limit, which are a little bit more common on other teams. Same with Revival as well, actually. But, of course, being an OG Dragon Ball character, he is a little bit limited by the fact that he has links like Incredible Adventure and Guidance of the Dragon Balls, which, of course, are going to be useless outside of a team with other Dragon Ball Saga characters. But, yeah, other than that, he looks really good. I definitely can't wait to get my copies of him. Like I said, I'm going to be going pretty ham, so I'm expecting to finish number 1 in the local and get the 2 copies of him. And then what I'll probably do is, I always have spare Kais. I have a bunch of dozing Kais. I'll probably open his bottom right path with the 2nd copy and then just use Kais to get him to SA20. Because obviously, he's not fully farmable. And when it comes to these World Tournament LRs where we're only going to get a maximum of 2 every time there's a World Tournament, I don't like the idea of getting a 2nd one up to SA10 and then feeding them together, because when they're not farmable, I mean, there's really no point of doing that. So, going to get his bottom right path open, get him to SA10, and then we'll do a showcase for him at... I guess, to be fair, I should do a showcase for him at 55%, because a lot of people out there are probably only going to get the 1 copy, but we will be showing him off once we get the copies of him handed out. So all in all, I think it's definitely worth doing a bit of a grind. Make sure you get your 1 copy of Piccolo. Make sure you get the 30 million points so you get your 1 copy of Trunks and the extra Kais and stuff. And then obviously it's down to you. If you have the time to grind, top 2k gets you the 4 copies to open up Trunks' paths. Top 1k or higher is when you start getting orbs, and that is what I will be going for. So let me know down below in the comments what your plans are. Where are you going to try and aim to finish? What are you looking for most out of the World Tournament? I feel like a lot of people it's going to be Demon King Piccolo. But let me know in the comment section down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun down there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.